So welcome everyone. It's now 5 o'clock Pacific. So it's the top of the hour, and I'm really excited to have you here and thank you for being here. And you have joined the Stop Career Misery webinar series, and we're going to be looking at step 1 today, career clarity, of this 3-part webinar series that's going until the end of January. So really excited that you could be here today. And how am I doing this? Okay. So for those who weren't here earlier, I'm having some technical issues, as will often happen. You will get the recording of this, all bumps and all. And just starting off with an acknowledgement that where we live, work and play is located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples of the Kikite First Nations. And just wanting to have you take a moment and in the words of Martin Luther King Jr., you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. So I just want to say a big acknowledgement and appreciation for you all taking the first step towards career clarity here, whatever stage that you're in. If you're at the beginning or you feel in the middle, my hunch is that there's still some questions that you have. So just really want acknowledging that you might not be able to see where that whole staircase is for you, but just taking a moment to appreciate that. And I want to share with you about my client, Jamie, whose name and picture is not this here because of confidentiality, but what is not a fiction is that we work together. So Jamie came to me in his 30s, and he was in the hamster wheel of feeling frustrated and stuck in his career. He was an in-house graphic designer and was very miserable in this current role of 2 years, and in a very toxic environment where he was suffering and under a lot of stress. And the reason I'm sharing Jamie in particular with you is that when we were working together in my program, it was this particular exercise I'm going to share with you today called Career Criteria. And this activity was what he actually was able to, it felt like a real epiphany point for him in our process. And the independence that he gained when he decided, and the confidence he decided to actually go out on his own and to do 100% consulting services. So it increased his well-being. He wasn't as stressed, and it gave him a lot more options. So much so that he went back to his employer, who was causing him no end of misery with this awful project. And he was able to go back and get 50% more on his hourly rate as a consultant to finish the project. So, and it wasn't just that particular project that Jamie was working on. He had other clients as well, and he was just a lot more fulfilled and engaged, and he continues in that consulting work. So wanted just to show that to you of what can be possible when you have career clarity. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachel Newton, and I'm going to actually stop sharing here. So it's actually easier to stop sharing. My name is Rachel Newton. I'm an integrative career coach and counselor, and I've been doing this work for over 11 years now. And I went from what I call my vocational desert, my own hamster wheel, into what I'm doing now. And what I want to show you today is one of the secrets of the 3 that I'm going to be sharing with you over the next few weeks, over the next 3 weeks. But this is going to be a step towards career clarity. Talking about clarity, I do have to apologize for the lighting. We're trying out a new camera today and didn't realize, and we thought that it would. Anyway, the lighting's usually better than this, so hopefully you can still see me in this darkness, and you can at least hear me. So I just want to say thank you for that, and I'm not going to rely as much on my slides now because they're not presenting the way that I want, but you will get a copy of the slides. So I just want to let you know that we're going to be looking at 3 areas over the next 3 weeks, and these are going to help you find. I want to reveal to you one of the in here the tricks to helping you find the career of your dreams. And oh, thank you, Cindy. And then the secret of getting off the hamster wheel. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the hamster wheel, I talk about it in one of my earlier videos on my website. And so that it's basically, my hamster wheel is the just that grind and the stress of being in work that you don't enjoy. And then finally, how to discover your true north. So whatever your true north means to you, whatever that is, for some people it is fulfillment and just having direction or passion, but whatever your true north is, that's what I'm offering for you over the next 3 weeks as we're here together. And in terms of what we're going to do together, and what I'll present this because there might be some people who like to learn. Okay, so where am I here? Window. For the people who are visual learners, you might like to see that I do have a plan. I'm not just winging this, although it might sound like it at times. But so in a moment, I'm going to have you start and take a moment for an intention. And I'm going to talk to you about the concept of career criteria. And I have my wonderful and brave friend, Cindy, who has volunteered to be my guinea pig. And she's going to be able to show you what it is to go through a career criteria process. So we'll just have a few minutes to do that. If there's any questions, please drop them into the chat, or there is also a little Q&A tab there. So you're welcome to drop the Q&A, drop it into the Q&A tab. And I'm going to ask Rosa, who's been my amazing assistant today, along with Paul, if the two of you can scrape out those questions. And if I'll spend a few minutes on questions. Any questions that I don't get to today, I'm going to send everybody an email before the next webinar, because oftentimes I find in the group wisdom, other people are asking things and you might feel shy to ask, even in this format as a webinar, but it can be helpful to other people. And maybe it's even just repetition, which can be helpful too. And so then we're going to bring it all together. I'm going to ask you for your takeaways, just to make sure that is something that you're taking away. And then we're going to talk about next steps and in terms of what is next for the next webinar. And also, I will be mentioning my membership that I'm starting, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to offer this for free, to give you a taste of community and what it means to me. And so hopefully that will be enticing for you. And so let's just take a moment here, and I'm going to invite you to set an intention for this precious time that you've invested to be here today. So what would you like if it was the best possible outcome for us at the top of the hour? Because I know we're not just on Pacific time here, for 6 o'clock for my local community, but for wherever you are, in 49 minutes, what would you like that would make this the best possible outcome? And it's also for people who are out in YouTube or Facebook watching live too. I'll invite you to do that, and have you write it down. So you're actually committing to it. So write it down on a piece of paper, if you've got your journal with you, or put it in your phone or on your computer, wherever it is that you're recording that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to motivate you with gifts. If I press slideshow, Cindy, I lose everything and I don't know. Anyway, I suppose I could, but then I don't know where I am and I can't see my other resources. So um, anyway, thank you all for bearing with me as I'm doing this. As I said, this worked out a lot better when I was doing the dry run, which always happens. But in any case, we still will persist because it's what we do with when obstacles and lemons come at us. And let's just have some lemonade here. So I'm going to bribe you with gifts for anyone who attends these webinars until the end of January live and gives feedback, whether it's through the chat and asking questions or my feedback form that I'm going to drop into the chat and send it an email to you afterwards. I'm going to put your names in a draw, and the winner is going to get a 3-month free membership. So that's the motivation. And then also for people to stay until the end who are live today, there's going to be a phrase that I'm going to give you. I can see all the people here who are staying, but for the people who are out in internet land on Facebook and YouTube, I'm going to give you a phrase that you need to either message me or email me at the end, and then you'll get your gifts. And I'll tell you what those gifts are too. So stick around. Okay, so clarity, that's what we were talking about, and I'm going to stop presenting now and just talk a little bit about clarity. When I say clarity, is anyone feeling brave to finish this sentence for me? When I have clarity, then. So if you drop that in the chat for me and just finish whatever comes up, it could be a feeling, a word. There might even be a memory of just like, when I have clarity, then. And let me just, I'm going to just put it in the chat so you can see. When I have, have clarity, then. So how would you finish that? When you have clarity, you feel less stressed. Thank you, Cindy. Has anyone else got anything to add to that? If you don't, we'll just go with Cindy talking about less stress. You know what to do. Thank you, Rosa. So we've got a couple of, for other people, if you're feeling shy, maybe you're just writing it down to yourself, and that's fine too. Oh, sleeping at night. That's a good one. Sleeping. Yes, I remember sleeping. In any case, so yeah, so all of these things are just like being able to, you know, feel more grounded or less stress, what that is too. And Rosa just added about long-term vision. And Jenna, thank you. When I have clarity, then I'm in tune with myself and where I'm going. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm getting tingles reading that and excited about all the other ones. So it sounds like I don't need to convince anyone about the benefits of clarity. So I'm just going to have you keep on thinking about the clarity. If I had more time, we would go into the other and we talk about when you don't have clarity or you have confusion. But that's going to be something that if we end up in a membership together, then we'll explore that. But for today, I'm going to go back to my slideshow here, and we're going to, let me see if I can try. I know why I can't. I'm not going to do the big thing because then I can't see people's comments. Cindy, I just realized I haven't worked that out. So I'm just going to present this way again. Just see if my PDF file is ready. Nope, it's still not ready. Okay. I changed it just before we started. So, okay. So just to let people know, I certainly have ascribed to, if it's not perfect, do it anyway, or being perfectly or imperfect, because if it was perfect, I wouldn't be standing here right now doing this. So take that as a modeling or whatever you want to do it as. So in any case, so what am I talking about for this clarity exercise of career criteria? So the example here is that you make a list for who makes lists for when they go on vacations, or if they're changing homes, or buying a car or a computer or a camera for my husband? Can I get some thumbs up or smiley faces if people make lists for that? Okay, we've got a couple of people who make lists, and everybody else maybe just goes with the flow. And in any case, I'm getting some yeses and some affirmations. So that's what I'm talking about for when you're thinking of criteria. And so today we're going to talk about doing it for your ideal career, so your best possible career. And so another thing that I thought was really cute is buying a pet or adopting a pet. So I have a fur baby, and she's going to be 15 in March, and she was adopted from the SPCA back when she was 2 years old. So my math says that's like 13 years ago now. Even I can do that math. So let me just walk you through. Oh, sorry. Is that clear to everyone what I mean by the concept of career criteria and doing it for your career? Okay, great. Thank you. Rosa, you're not sure. Okay, if you're still not sure after the demonstration and after I take you through these steps, Rosa, we'll come back to that. But I'm hoping that this will get clearer for you. So what it is that the steps, the actual steps and the activity itself, and you're going to get this. You're all going to get this in a handout in a little bit in an email, but also I'll drop a link here so you'll get your own version. So don't worry about having to take mad notes about this part. But if you imagine going through the aspects of your ideal work day, your best possible work day, and so you're going to start from the beginning of your day. So even when you wake up, and I'm going to do a demonstration of this in a moment so you'll know what I'm talking about. And then you're going to think about all the different criteria, all the different aspects and factors as you go through the whole day until the end of your day. So starting small and then starting to expand of just like, okay, so let's look at salary, let's look at vacation, let's look at, what other sorts of extras that you get, teamwork or leadership, the sorts of roles you do, and write this down. So that's key again, of like writing it down as you're thinking of them. Or you might want to do this with a friend, and actually you share, and you can record it. You could record on Zoom or one of the other technologies, maybe not this one. So, poor Emmy, but I'm just not as comfortable with it. But anyway, so you could record it, and then you could have a record of it that way. But then you're going to use this list and that's going to help you work out what you really want in terms of a career. And then the core thing is, don't just keep it to yourself. Start proclaiming it. Talk about it with friends. What are they saying? What are their lists? So that's what I'm going to do. And you're going to, as I said, you're going to get the handout of this. And maybe I can just quickly share that handout with you for. I think that should hopefully present. Let's see if that PDF file. Let me just want to try one more thing. Okay, no, that still didn't. Okay, so this is the handout, what it looks like in a handout. So see, it does work sometimes. So this is how it was supposed to look all nice before. But anyway, so you're getting bumpy and you're getting a bit smoother. So you're going to get this handout, and it's basically taking you through the steps that I was just telling you about. So here's like reminding you about all the different ways that you look at criteria, and then the steps of starting from your day and working through. And I'm just going to whip through this because you've already heard it, but I just want to show you the handout you're going to get, that you'll get to keep for yourselves. And then here's some starter questions here. So I haven't got those up because I'm going to do an actual live demo in a moment with Cindy. But here's some of the questions. How many hours per week would you like to work? Working from home? What pace of workplace, etc. And then there's some starter questions, and then the different themes are just you looking over, and you'll so those themes are broken out for you. There's another document, and I've actually gone through and taken it from what I've done with clients and took it from a transcript and put it into a document. But that will be included in your membership, or you can, and this is discussing and sharing it, or you can get a copy of it here for purchase, and the link is there for you to look at later. So you're going to get a copy of that, but let's take, I thought this was a cute slide, so I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to ask Cindy to start preparing herself for the demonstration, and Cindy's going to let me know if she wants to be on video or she just wants to do audio. So we'll bring her to the stage, but she may not turn her camera on or give her permission. So we're going to take the career criteria activity for a test drive. But before we do that, and also just to give to give a moment to Cindy, I just want to make sure that there's no questions right now that are stopping people from following me. Can I get some thumbs up for people following me and letting me know? And am I good to go? Okay, good. Okay, I've got one thumbs up. I'm gonna take, okay, and some great. Okay, so Rosa, are you clearer now? Thank you, Cindy. Are you clearer now? You've said all good. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so Cindy, are you ready to come up and be my guinea pig for this career criteria? Can I invite you to the stage? Or I do have a couple of backups, Cindy, if you're feeling stage fright. Okay, I'm going to invite you, Cindy, and if you don't come up, I'll just assume that you are not wanting to come up. So, okay, Cindy here. Okay, why can't I invite you? Okay, now again, we're supposed to be able to invite you to stay. Oh, there you are, Cindy. Okay, sorry. Invite to stage. So we'll see Cindy. So Cindy's coming to join us. She just has to turn on her camera settings. If you are on Zoom or something before, your camera might not come on, Cindy. So if this, I might call Paul in because we did a okay, I'll just give you another couple of minutes. Oh, there you are, Cindy. Okay. So would you like to turn your camera on, or would you like just to do this by audio, Cindy?
Oops. Sorry, am I on audio now?
You're on audio now. We can all hear you.
And am I on video as well?
You're not on video. So okay. Would you like to get your video off? Or?
How about, yeah, maybe, let's keep it off.
Okay.
Unless I can say a hello, or actually it's fine. I can be on video.
You sure? Okay. Well, thank you, Cindy. So everyone, Cindy is a friend and a peer of mine as well, who's also in the career professional. So and Cindy actually was responsible for the one who gave me my "Work Your Dream" tagline when I was brainstorming. So are you turning your camera on, Cindy?
Yeah, sorry about that.
There you are.
I had just come off a Zoom meeting, so I guess I did have to go out of there.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you about that. Would hold on to it. So thank you and welcome, Cindy. So if everybody can give Cindy a big welcome and hello for being so brave. And thank you. Frank has just given her a yay. Oh, look at all those little emojis that you're getting. Yay. Okay. So Cindy, do you remember this from the Entrada process?
I think so.
Okay, and it doesn't matter if you don't, because like
I'll go
most,
with the flow.
it's pardon, Cindy?
I'll go with the flow.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so we're just going to spend. We'll do like a 3 minutes here. Okay, so so Cindy, I want you to start at the beginning of your day, and what time would you wake up in the morning? Ideally, this is like your best possible work day, and it's all on up to you.
7:30.
7:30 in the morning. You wake up at 7:30 in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. And so then when would you actually start work?
Don't laugh at me. 10.
Oh, no, that's awesome. That's like lots of space. Like just like I'm with you, Cindy. I don't do that, but because I'm busy doing things like this. But okay, so so you're starting work at 10, you're woken up at 7:30, and then would you commute to work, or is work in your home, or are you doing a hybrid?
Ideally, I'm working from home, which could be this lovely small apartment, or maybe home is a beach or something where I'm stationed.
Okay. So yeah, so we're going to say that beach sometimes, and then sometimes your lovely little home there, Cindy. So but yeah, so so you're not going to a place of work or an office or anything in this ideal work day. Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't mind a mix, maybe once a week or once a month, being in person and seeing my actual colleagues. Yeah.
But not every day.
Not every day.
Okay, okay. And when you commute, when you go in to the office once a week, once a month, whenever that is, or go see colleagues, how is that a commute? Is that going
It's
to
a
be a
short,
commute?
ideally, it's a short commute.
Is it
Although
going to be?
maybe
Yeah.
it's in business class on an airplane.
Okay.
If I'm on a beach, maybe that's the case. But if we're talking from this reality in this apartment, then I would say a short commute, like
Okay. And we're
20.
talking about your ideal reality,
Yeah,
actually, Cindy. So maybe that business class,
business class.
yeah, that could be the commute. And maybe in between, if it does happen to be somewhere closer, would it be walking or transit?
Walking would be the ideal.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, and so if you, for some people, it might be driving, and then it'd be, I'm just saying this for other people thinking about this. So I'll invite people to think about these questions for themselves too. Okay, so we've established your time that you wake up, and then a nice spacious morning before you get to work. And then, so in this ideal work day, you talked about a team that you'd be working with.
Yes. The team, I see the team as being a creative hub of ideas sharing and bouncing, working things out.
And how often are you doing work independently, and how often are you working in a team in this creative hub way? What percentage would that be?
It's a good question.
And you might not know all the questions now, so you might want to jot that down.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Like, I think most of the actual work that gets done would be independent. And so maybe it's an 80-20 situation.
Okay, so 80% independent, 20% group. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's like kind of gives us a bit of a framework. And
Yes.
so I'll just ask a couple more questions now, Cindy, there's a lot more questions on the list, but I'll just ask I'm not going to ask Cindy about compensation, but if I were one-on-one in a private sense, I may ask that, but that's something for other people to consider. What about vacation time, downtime, Cindy? What percentage, like, is that months, weeks, days of a year, like annual vacation?
Yeah, the ideal is months. And I guess it depends on the type of work, what kind of renewal I need. But yeah, the ideal for what I would like to do, how I'd like to live would be maybe 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so those 2 months might be sprinkled through the year, or would you like work 10 months intensively, or like 5 months intensively, 1 month off, or could it be flexible?
Flexibility is always highly, I like flexibility. So it would, I think, depend.
Okay, wonderful. So we're going to stop there in the interest of time, but we could, if we were together, this would easily be at least an hour's conversation, Cindy. What was that like? Have you done anything like that before?
Yeah, in the Entrada program.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it felt good. It felt comfortable. I find myself like I guess maybe I resist the ideal, and somehow my mind is telling me, like, be in the reality. What is the best ideal of your reality, instead of imagining the ideal?
And thank you for saying that, Cindy, because I had forgotten to add that that's often a conversation that I'll have with clients. It's just, this is the best possible. Like, you want to think beyond your wildest dreams, because the bigger you can dream, the more likely you're going to make that a reality for yourself. So thank you for that wisdom and that observation, Cindy. So I'm going to let Cindy go back into the audience. Thank you, Cindy. Everybody can say thank you to Cindy for being so brave and being our person today. And now I'm going to okay. So did I lose you, Cindy? Like, just where are you? Can you still, are you able to still put things in the chat? I put her off the stage, but now I don't know where she's. Okay, you're still okay. I didn't lose her in the ether. Okay, I'm glad that I didn't completely lose you. Okay, after getting you a bit more sense of. Oh, one thing I forgot to ask Cindy is just, if you think of career clarity, is that a tool that's going to is that a step or a tool that feels helpful to you? And I'll actually ask the same to other people, of just like, do people, thank you, Cindy, do other people have a sense of how that tool could be useful in a step towards helping them find their own career clarity? And you can say no. You don't have to be compliant, but then that could be something else that I speak to when we go into our question time. But okay, so maybe people are having a think about that. In any case, I just want to share with you, now that we've had the experience of the career clarity and walking you through that, do people at least have a sense of what the activity is and how you might carry on and do it on your own? Okay. Oh, look at all those thumbs up. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So I just want to give you a bit of context for this. And I had mentioned to you about the, where are we? So we did our taking it for a test drive. And now, so some of you are familiar with my Entrada career connection, so I'm not going to dwell too much on that, except just to say that this is the process and the program that I've developed to help you towards career clarity. And I'm just showing you this so you can see where career clarity is. And it's in the assessment stage, which is like under just the discover module. And so that's one of the assessments in there, and it's the activity that can be quite helpful in moving you towards career clarity. So that's what it looks like in context, and that's here showing you as well. And then I also want to the other aspect of why I wanted to talk with you today is about this sense of group wisdom and community, and that the reason I wanted to start doing this series of webinars this month is just to have you exposed to some more information, and so that I can help more people rather than just one by one by one. It's just like just being able to help more people in a community sense. And you're learning not just from me, but just like you saw, Cindy reminded me about, it doesn't feel like the ideal, like there's a little bit of conflict there, just so there's a group wisdom aspect. As wonderful as it is that I love working one-on-one with clients, there's a greater a greater community aspect. And okay, Frank, just talking about this mastermind, it does have that of just that you're really masterminding with people who are at your level and wanting to take it to the next level. So my hope is that you'll get a taste of this month of these webinars and have some information that will be helpful to you as well. And so what's next? What's on the horizon? So on the horizon and what's next for us is to come back together, and maybe even bring friends to the next webinar, which is going to be in regards to having a look at what we want in terms of assessing our career. So working out where we are now, so then we can work out what we want, and then building on if you've got your ideal career and your career criteria worked out, then where you are now and what is the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. So these are all the puzzle pieces that we're doing of getting you back towards going into the next steps of finding what your ultimate career is going to be, that's going to give you a sense of fulfillment and meaning. And so I'll just share with you again where are we here? Okay, so that you've already been registered for this. So we've done that work for you. And of course, you don't have to come, but I would love for you to come again. So that'll be assessing your career at the same time next week at 5 p.m. Pacific again. And we're going to be going through an exercise with that. And I'm just going to share with you, I'm going to drop in the chat. Wonderful Rosa put this together for me. Oh, where did that link go? Okay. You'll get an email of this too. Okay, so let me just stop presenting here. You're going to get I think, did I put okay, this is, okay, no, that's the landing page for the next webinars, which I'll put this for future just so you can have this for reference, but you will also, as I said, you're going to get a follow-up email with this information. And then this is this link here. I'm going to, where is that? Okay. So this page, I'm going to show you the page that I'm looking at, that my wonderful Rosa, who's like a whiz at marketing support and helping me, definitely. I'll drop this for you. So this is where the resources are going to be. It's going to be that handout for you is in this link, but you'll also get it in an email. And let me just show you what you'll be looking at. And the, is it the, I hope I'm sharing the right thing with you. Okay. So, you should be looking at, yes, you're looking at a clarity tool now. So on here, because the reason that I'm sharing the clarity tool is that I'm going to invite you, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, this was a tool that I got from doing a series with Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, and they had a lot of tools that we were given permission to make our own. So they did this clarity tool, which I love doing with my clients. And so you'll be able to get to them here from this page. And then this is the Entrada career criteria PDF that I showed you earlier. So you'll find those in this link, which is also in your chat there. And as I said, you'll get it in your email too. So that's what you'll be able to have as takeaways. And then this is some preparation that I'll invite you to do. And if you've already done it, you're welcome to bring that along with you for the for webinar number 2 as well. So I didn't invite you for that as well. And now I also want to have you. So this is, I had mentioned about feedback, and feedback is how I improve what I do and how I help and support people. So I'm going to drop a feedback form here too, and that's not the right thing that I'm linking. So, so this is a feedback form that you also get by email. And so if you're able to fill that out, and as I said, that'll be part of what will help you get in the draw for the membership that I was offering. And I just want to start. I just want to check in here and just see if we've got any questions, and if there's any questions that have come out of Q&A in the Q&A tab or in the chats. We're not seeing anything. Did I miss anything, Paul or Rosa? Have I missed any questions or anything? Okay. So I've got no's and no's. So there's no questions there, and if any come up in the next 15 minutes or so before we finish up, please let me know. So I just wanted to review that today we learned about the career criteria activity as one of the tricks or the hacks, if you like, to help you move closer and get greater clarity, career clarity. And so you can start moving towards working your dream. And then that secret of getting off the hamster wheel. Was everybody clear on what I was talking about when I said about the hamster wheel? I didn't really go into details earlier. So does anybody not know what I mean about the hamster wheel? Okay, it looks like we're all good for that. And then discovering what your true north was, of just that this career clarity activity we did today, the career criteria, could help you move towards what that is. And for some people, even knowing what that true north is going to be part of helping you work out and move towards that too. So just wanted to offer that to you. And I'm just going to invite you. This is one of my favorite slides too that I like sharing with clients at this time. I'm just going to invite you in, and we're just going to take a couple of moments here just to write down what your takeaways are. So in Australia, takeout food is called takeaway. And so if there's 2 or 3 takeaways that you've had from our time together today, and also if you go back and think about what was the best possible outcome, and did you move towards that, or is there still a gap there? But what are there any particular nuggets that you learned today? And if anybody is feeling that they would like to share that and pop it in the chat, please feel free. But I would at least, perhaps if I can have a thumbs up when people have written down their takeaways for themselves at the very least. So I'll just give you a moment there to have a look at that and think of your takeaways from our time together today. And does anyone want to put their takeaways in the chat? Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Rosa. So you've never done this, the career criteria activity before, but it sounds like it might be helpful for you. And sometimes some people think that career is just, oh, well, I'm glad that's something that you're able to take away, Rosa. Sometimes people think when you say career that is going and working for somebody else, but career could also, much like we heard earlier about for Jamie, a career could end up being in your own consulting business. And so just having a think of it that way as well. So I just want to just share with you where we went today. And we set our intention at the beginning of our time together today. And then the case study of what we did with hearing about Jamie's story. Then I shared with you the concept of career criteria. And Cindy was really lovely and gave us a demonstration of that. There weren't any questions, and then here I am summarizing it for you and then getting your takeaways. And in terms of the next steps, that's for us going together and hopefully you creating your own career criteria lists and doing that on your own, sharing it with a friend, and then being able to layer on top of that what you're going to do in terms of assessing where you are and using the career clarity tool as well. And so this, for all the people out in Facebook land and YouTube land, this is the 3 C's of career clarity. If you message that to me, and you don't have to worry about the curiosity, the challenge, and the criteria, but if you at least message to me in a subject line or just in a chat on Messenger or Instagram, I'll know that by 7 o'clock Pacific tonight, which is just over an hour, that you were live, and then you'll receive the gifts. And the gifts that I'm going to send everybody by email is what I consider were the top 10 resources, whether they be books or podcasts, what clients were asking for and what came across that I was offering to clients. And I'll be sending that to you in an email in the next 24 hours. So that gives me until 6 o'clock Pacific tomorrow night to send that to all the people who are registered here, or anybody who lets me know by that they were live in the next couple of hours. But I also just wanted to see if other people have a sense that the 3 C's, and this is another conversation again, but just kind of leaving you with this, that in terms of helping you get career clarity, that is curiosity, challenge, and now criteria, and you learning about criteria. And I just want to check if that resonates for people, like looking at those 3 C's. Is that helpful, or is that more confusing, which is another C, for you to consider those aspects towards getting you towards clarity? And if nobody responds, maybe I'll just give my 2 cents worth in regards to why I think they're the 3 C's. Does anyone want to give me a thumbs up if they agree, or a thumbs down if they disagree? Or I don't know if there's one of these as an emoji or an emoticon. I suppose there's this one, isn't there? Like, oh, okay, so I got a thumbs up. So so in terms of, for me, I think curiosity is something that has definitely been a real benefit to me, of just like, I just have gone, it's just me wanting to learn about things, learn about my clients, learn about how I can help clients. I've always been very curious, and there's maybe even a little bit of a nosiness, if you like, to the curiosity. But it's just, if you're curious about where your challenges are in your career, then also where you expand and where you grow and you feel energized in your career. And I use the second C, challenge. And so by challenge, I'm talking about something that is actually can be a healthy challenge. So, being on a learning edge. So for me, working out all the tech of this webinar tonight as an example of just like as a challenge, but I'm still doing it and it's helping me grow. So how these challenges help us grow, help you grow, and help you work out, okay, so where am I, feeling challenged enough to stay engaged in my career? Or where am I feeling maybe too challenged to the point of feeling stressed out and overwhelmed? And then finally, I put criteria, because that's what we were talking about today, is just like a list. So you making a list for yourself and then being able to put that together and help you work out what you really want in terms of being able to work your dream and taking that forward. And so Cindy has put in the chat, without curiosity, we would not be motivated to learn and grow. Without challenge, we are bored and lose motivation. Wow, there's wisdom for you, Cindy. So thank you for that. Do people agree with those wise words? Here's the group wisdom coming from Cindy here. Does anyone, do I have people agreeing? There's a thumbs up. Well, there you go. You got a thumbs up. Does anyone disagree with what Cindy said? Okay. So, well, thank you everyone again. And I was kind of, even with our bumps along the way today, I'm hoping that it was still a learning experience for you, and that you were able to take something out of it and know a little bit more about yourself in some way, and nudging towards some clarity there and some career clarity. And I do hope and look forward to seeing you in a week's time to learning about assessing your career. I just want to quickly show you, I just realized I forgot to show you what the clarity tool looks like. So let me just quickly show this to you just before we finish up. So the clarity tool is just helping you go through where you are now. And so there's some categories there. And then from there, you're going to look ahead into 1 year. So look ahead to 1 year so you can work out, okay, so what are my goals going to be for these different areas? And you'll see it's not just a about career. It's about different aspects too, but of course you might want to focus it on your career. And then we start to ask about why things are important to us. So take whatever that is, and if it is for career in particular, if you insert career in here, so sorry, I'm making that dark, but if you insert career into that topic, and then you're going to start asking what's important about that. And so that's what we're going to be exploring together as part of assessing. If anybody would like to be a guinea pig for next time and they would like to come, just send me an email or message me and let me know, and I can certainly arrange for that. Otherwise, maybe Cindy or Rosa, who were kind enough to be volunteers, and even Paul were my backups to volunteer. So we'll be going more into depth in that. And so that's why I'm just getting you ready for that next week. I will let you know that this is challenging. So that's that C in the 3 C's of career clarity. So this is something challenging. It is definitely harder to do on your own than it is when you've got someone sitting across from you. But that's part of it. If we don't challenge, we don't grow. And then the final one is talking about your capabilities. So that's what the clarity tool's about. Have a go at that. I'll just invite you to at least look at it. If not, if you haven't had time to complete it. And just before we finish up today, I just want to check that if there's any final comments or any questions that are coming out from people. And my hope is that that was a valuable experience for people. And if it's not, tell me so I can make it more valuable, and I can give you a better experience for next time. So thank you, everyone. I just wanted to just really appreciate the steps that you're taking towards your career clarity. Again, investing your precious time in being here. And for those of you who are watching the replay, hopefully you can come live next week or be watching the replay again, and we'll get some value out of that too. So I really appreciate everyone being here, and thank you again for all the wonderful comments and the support, and again, investing the time. And I look forward to seeing you again. And we'll share this again, and there will be information in my about my membership in the emails as well. Oh, okay. So somebody's asking, for those of you who don't know or aren't already following me, I do actually have, okay, let me just quickly give you so here's my contact information here. Sorry, how do we get, so here's my contact information. It will also be in the emails that you'll receive, and I will, and you can also contact me. I'll put in a link to my calendar if you need to have it, if you've got any questions for me or comments, or need you want to book and have more of a conversation with me before then. So I know I should have had that link here, but in any case, thank you, everyone. We're at the top of the hour, and I really, again, thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week. So that's a wrap, and I'll start the replay. You'll have that until the end of the month, and after that you can invest and purchase it. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful night wherever you are. Take care.